thought about how lucky you are to live in a safe area? Well, you should be, because people in Syria that have about 1 to 2 bombs dropped on them a day. People in Syria are living in a war zone for about 5 years. This fight has gone so bad that it is now classified as a civil war. People are going into refugee camps. About 75,000 people are in a refugee camp right now on the Jordan/Syria border. The camp has grown from 368 shelters a year ago to 8,295 this month. Castello Road, or Death Road, is a road that goes through a pillow. Throughout Castello Road, there has been so many deaths and destructions that now the road smells like rotten flesh, burnt metal, and is surrounded with smoke. This all started because of the anti-government protest. Because of this action, more than 250,000 Syrians have lost their lives in the last 5 years. More than 11 million have been forced to do things like be loyal to the president or to battle other people. But on the bright side, people send food trucks to Syria, but sadly there is still not enough to go around. So next time you think that you have it hard, you should think about the lives that people are losing in Syria.
Hello, and welcome to TCSN for this week. I'm sure the majority of us knew that Hillary Clinton's a major factor this year with the Democratic Party in the presidential election. But I bet you didn't know since a recent incident that she had pneumonia too. This past Sunday on 9/11, when America gathered together commemorating the lives lost to a terrorist attack from an Islam extremist group on the World Trade Center's Twin Towers, a memorial service was going on and being attended by local residents and presidential candidate for the Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton. They were paying their respects to the memorial when out of the blue, Hillary collapsed. You can imagine, with all the controversy about the election, what was going through people's minds when they heard. However, after frantic doctors were done checking her for any vital information, they concluded that she simply had a weak case of pneumonia. But Hillary herself popped right back up afterwards and said that she felt great. In later interviews, she claimed that it was the 80-degree weather and the fact that she had not bothered to keep herself hydrated that played the main role. And after some prying by more of her political opponents, she stated that she was indeed canceling her trip to the West Coast. And though some might be furious at her poor efforts of keeping herself cool and hydrated, which cost them a ticket to her speech, others are simply at peace knowing that she's safe and sound.
Asteroids, giant rocks that hit our solar system 3.9 billion years ago. But did they really? Scientists may have found that the moon may have a part in hiding the true impact of the rocks that hit our solar system. Two scientists named Patrick Bohinke and Mark Harrison believe that some of the asteroids hit the moon and other things, and in return lost some of their argon gas, which is what scientists use to measure how old the asteroid was. Marchi of the Southwest Research Institute in Boulder supports the idea of a gentler, late heavy bombardment 4.1 billion years ago instead the dramatic burst 3.9 billion years ago. So maybe we will never know when the asteroids hit our solar system, but we can always keep looking and finding new information.
Mosquitoes annoy us all when they bite us, but in Sri Lanka they have a way worse problem: malaria. Malaria is a disease from infected mosquitoes that bite you. Malaria can last from 2 weeks to 4 years depending on the treatment. Malaria has been affecting Sri Lanka for a long time, and on Tuesday they had officially been declared malaria-free by the World Health Organization. They've been fighting malaria since 1970, 46 years. There have only been a couple cases since 2006, but there have been no cases since 2012. There have been about 100 million malaria cases each year, and about half of them occur in and around Sri Lanka. Everyone that lives in an underdeveloped country is at risk from malaria, and anyone from infants to 5-year-olds to the elderly and everyone in between are at risk to getting malaria. But now it is highly unlikely that anyone will get the disease. Malaria is a deadly disease, but there have been no cases since around 2006 and has been declared malaria-free in almost all countries. Thank you for watching TCSN.
Hello, and welcome to Sorry.
Yeah, we better do that again.